Could this be the restricted section Lisa mentioned? Doesn't quite feel like it, though. You don't think this place is hiding some terrible secret, do you? Like those rooms you always hear about in scary stories? You know, the ones that are usually totally off limits? That's true. We just kind of waltzed in here. And it didn't seem like the lock had been broken or anything. Wait, hang on a minute. This isn't the door we came in through. Are we even in the library anymore? You think? Wow, that's pretty impressive, building all this under the lake. Wait, no, that's ridiculous. No way is that where we are. Too bad Lisa's not working today, otherwise we could ask her. Well, we're here anyhow, and this place doesn't look too dangerous. Why don't we just take a look around? New places are meant for exploring, after all. You gotta try all kinds of new things to become a good and experienced guide. Ooh, look, a stuffed wolf toy! So cute! It's so fluffy and soft. Wonder who left it here. What sort of guardian would be dozing away on the sofa like this? No danger in sight. Saw nothing means nothing happened. We should probably just leave it here for now. This place is huge, so let's keep on exploring. See about that. Have fun with this gift. Dissipate. Too late for regrets. Dare to mess with me?
Transfixed. Everlasting as the moon!
Too late! Truth repeats its course.
Here's backup! Out of my way! Laid bare. Witness my rise. Overruled. Don't get too close. I got you covered.
We'll see about that. Have fun with it. Our bond is strong.
Oh no! Sorry! Guests, hello! I've been waiting here for the longest time and nobody came.
I was only planning to rest my eyes for a bit, but the sofa was so comfy, I guess I dozed off.
Let's talk!
Sure can. Talking is one of the things I can do. All right, so... yes. Introductions are in order, aren't they? Greetings, my dear guests. My name is... Wait. What's my name?
Not sure we can help you with that one, buddy. Guess you were in a pretty deep sleep, huh? Seems like you're still waking up.
Huh? Really?
We're just messing with you. Anyway, Paimon's name is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. Okay, great, that went well. At least this mysterious room doesn't rob everyone of their memories.
I must apologize. I must have slept for so long that I can't remember what's real and what's a dream anymore. I did have a lot of dreams while I was asleep. Okay, concentrate. All right, so if I'm not mistaken, the current me is a concierge in charge of attending to any guests that find themselves here. Yes, you may call me Wolfie.
Okay, but, if all you can remember are your dreams, what makes you think any of them are real experiences? They're just products of your imagination, right?
You mean, if it comes from my imagination, it can't be real life? Oh. Well, it sounds like you know more about that kind of thing than I do. I can't tell the difference at all. I remember a time when a horde curse was put on me. My heart was cased in unmelting ice, and I had to spend my days in agonizing solitude, surrounded by nothing but boundless tundra. I also remember playing with White Fang in the misty forest. We chased golden butterflies, waded through rushing streams, and shattered the very moon beneath our feet. And I'll never forget marching in that celebratory procession with the other troops, being showered in confetti as I excitedly waited for Her Majesty the Queen to bestow her honor upon me. It was glorious. To me, all these events are indistinguishable from real experiences. Take my latest dream, for instance. I remember being in a garden of forking paths, and Madame Mage said to me, "From now on, you are a concierge. Be sure to treat your guests well." Then I found myself here. And like I said, I waited and waited and waited. And now, finally, 2 guests have arrived. At last, I can fulfill my duty. Is there anything else you'd like to ask me?
Yeah, and who is this Madame Mage? Is she really just a figure from your dream? Seems like there could be more to it than just that.
Well, Madame Mage is Madame Mage, just as you, dear guests, are guests. She and her friends, oh yes, and they're all mages too. Each one of them is a master of their own type of magic, conjuring, illusions, and so on. One of them uses a quill pen to cast her spells. She has a very mysterious ink bottle that contains fantasy truth. I had a little taste when she wasn't looking, and oh my goodness was it bitter! Blech. But the other mages all love her magic. They use their powers of creation to transform her fantasy truth into true fantasy. How do they do that? I haven't the slightest idea. I'm just a toy with stuffing for brains. Is there anything else you'd like to ask me?
Yeah, what is this place? We came in here through this one door in the library, but we were never able to open it before.
Well, congratulations on your successful entry, dear guests. This is a special room, one that can only be accessed by those who are invited. Seeing as you two have this privilege, you can invite your friends to enter as well. On that note, I'd better tidy up this place as quickly as possible. Oh, and I should prepare some tea and snacks too. You don't mind if they're on the sweeter side, do you?
Of course not! Wait, before we get ahead of ourselves, mind telling us where we are exactly? Are we even still in Mondstadt?
That is a difficult question. Madame Mage created this room using magic, and I don't know magic. Still, you have my guarantee as concierge that this is a safe and comfortable place. I sincerely hope you enjoy your time here. Is there anything else you'd like to ask me? Yes, I saw! You were magnificent! I was completely enraptured by your performance!
What do you mean, performance?
Well, Madame Mage says that every page of a storybook is a segment of the present. I'm sure only the most distinguished of guests are able to take the stage as the story's protagonist and put on a show as spectacular as yours. What a thrilling battle! Yes, that's what every story needs to spice things up. Naturally, those are the kinds of stories I love reading the most. I wonder what would make a good title for a book about your magnificent performance. Should we call it a saga? An epic? A tale of conquest? A chronicle of combat? Choices, choices. In any case, I do hope you will be so kind as to indulge us with more of your fine performances. In fact, scratch that. I'm afraid I shall have to insist. The story of the present is waiting to be written, and you, dear guests, are the ones to fill its pages. Is there anything else you'd like to ask me?
This place is getting more confusing by the second, but Wolfie seems alright. So, we should be fine, right? Besides, our goal is to set foot in every corner of Teyvat, and the courage to boldly go where others dare not to tread is what will take us there.
Wow, what a wonderful line! Spoken like a true adventurer!
You bet! We're the real deal!
Is that so? Well then, I'd better make sure I do my duty as concierge of this place. I hope this can be somewhere for you to rest and recuperate when you're weary, so that you can embark on your next adventure refreshed and renewed. Come back here anytime if you get tired. I'll be sure to take good care of you.
Don't be too weirded out if you see me with my mask off while we rest. I'm just getting some fresh air. This place is way too idle. It gets to you after a while. Gotta take some deep breaths. Not that I'm rushing you, of course. I'll wait until you've made your preparations in full.
I know that many of the younger generation see me as a sort of legendary figure. Why, my stories and my accomplishments can even be found in Kosharawar textbooks. But it does seem that people aren't quite used to having a legend living among them. No one takes my courses or pays attention to my research. Even securing research funding can be a struggle. If I were lucky enough to have one of my predecessors here in the flesh, I'd be waiting on her hand and foot, serving her tea, massaging her shoulders, asking her all sorts of questions. What happened to this generation? Where is their inquisitiveness? Where is their respect?
I'm afraid I still have some work to do before everything is ready. Thank you for your patience, my dear guests. If you'd like, you can take the stage and perform once more. There'll be toy medals waiting for you in treasure chests afterwards.
The enemies we face are of a lowly breed. Deal with them however you see fit. But do not get complacent. You should expect to fend for yourself, as I am not in the habit of coming to other people's rescue. If you do encounter a foe for whom you are no match, simply make yourself scarce, and I shall deal with it in due course.
When I was little, my mother often read me bedtime stories. Back then, I thought the world was just like in those stories, and everyone led peaceful, happy lives. It was only later that I realized the difficulties and struggles many people face in society. All I can do is try my best and stay loyal to the people I care about. Now that I think about it, even though the stories are fictional, they can still help children get a good night's sleep. To me, that's enough.
Fire it up! Supporting fire! Don't get too close! Behold! Eyes on me!
Loaded.
Check this out!
Where evil lurks, shoot on sight.
Swarm Fury! You dare to gaze upon me?
Take this! Into the shadows. I am defeated.
There's a lot of stories about me floating around in Liyue, but I guess the most well-known is the one about me defeating Haishan. I'm ashamed to admit it, but I went into that fight with a huge ego. I thought I'd seen it all and wanted to show people that I could take on the world. Little did I know it would very nearly cost me my life. Ultimately, I still dealt the final blow. But in the end, what got me through it wasn't my arrogant desire to prove myself. It was the fact that I had a whole crew behind me that I cared about a lot.
No, I don't want to chat. What are you making that face for? I thought you knew my deal by now. Fine, you can talk, and I'll sit over there and listen. Happy now?
I think I'll read a little before the next battle begins. Please refrain from recommending something like a newspaper. I recognize that short-form articles may be a fitting choice, considering the limited amount of time at our disposal. But they're simply not to my taste.
Wind and cloud!
I'll settle this.
Transfixed!
Everlasting as the moon.
One with nature!
Dissipate!
Overruled. This is where you fall. Ready.
The wind knows me.
Our bond is strong. Out of my way.
One with nature! Clouds high, the birds call!
Laid bare. Everlasting as the moon. Overruled. Hunt them down. Into the shadows.
Bravo! Bravo! Another spellbinding performance! Are you interested in learning any new thespian tricks? By which I mean dashing and elegant poses. In fact, what would you say to a friendly exchange? I'll teach you some thespian tricks in return for toy medals from the treasure chests. Friendship is a wonderful thing, isn't it? Ah, just the word itself gives me a warm, fuzzy feeling in my heart and my stomach.
Yep, gotta love friendship. But, when you say a warm, fuzzy feeling in your stomach, there is something slightly concerning about that. Anyway, are you sure you're okay with just toy medals? What can they be worth if they're just toys?
As long as you believe, even toy medals can be more valuable than gold. That is the magic of imagination. Madame Mage told me that. I can't say I entirely understand what she meant, but the thespian tricks, I actually got those from a wish I made to Madame Mage. So long as she thinks it's a fair trade, I think it should be fine.
Sounds kinda ominous. Don't a lot of scary stories start out that way? You make a reckless wish to a wicked witch, but you end up regretting it when she forces you to pay an impossible price in return?
I believe you're misunderstanding the situation, dear guest. There is absolutely nothing to fear. To start with, mages are quite different from wicked witches. And besides, I already told you what the price is. It's the toy medals. There's no catch.
And you're sure about that?
Yes, completely. In any case, I was the one who made the wish. So if someone has to end up paying an impossible price, just leave it to me. I enjoy watching your performances, so it's well worth it as far as I'm concerned. I wonder how many blank pages are left in this book. But not to worry. Even if we run out of space, new blank pages will be added very soon. I do look forward to the day when all empty pages are filled with stories.
I do hope I'll get to read a story about a rebellious princess. You know, the type who sheds her long, cumbersome skirts and learns equestrianism, swordplay, perhaps even medicine. She'll live freely, take to the field to defeat evil personally, and defend the people and nation by her own hand. You know what? I might just write that story myself.
Before I go on a long journey, I tend to leave the children of the House of the Hearth with some homework to complete in my absence. Many of them, however, simply play to their heart's content for most of the time I am gone, then rush to get their homework done in the final few days before my return. They believe I am none the wiser, but I have simply elected not to expose their chicanery. After all, to complete one's work in a short time frame is a skill in its own right.
People often believe me to be highly focused on securing victories. I am a champion duelist, after all. The truth, however, is just the opposite. It is the spirit of the challenger that I value above all else. If someone is willing to face me head-on, they have my respect, no matter who secures the title of victor in the end. Strength is something that can be gained through experience. Courage, however, comes from within.
I don't believe anyone enjoys taking up arms and going to war unless they're seeking to fulfill some other desire. Whenever the sound of clashing blades fades into the distance, I appreciate the silence that follows all the more. Too quiet for you? Then I'll play a tune on the leaf, so you can be surrounded with the sound of nature.
How long will this require exactly?
In the name of the Prinzessin!
We may leave at any time.
There's no end to this.
By royal decree!
Eat this!
Power that ends
Oz, reveal thyself! I summon thee!
No rest for the wicked. How's this?
to ashes!
dues.
Wind, hear me.
Shadow Raven, let night fall! I summon thee! Nice and spicy!
No rest for the wicked.
I swear by my sword.
No escape.
Power that ended Haishan.
At the frying pan, into the fire!
The fury.
Go as one!
I am considering whether to fetch my outstanding paperwork so that I can look through it during our downtime. Overkill? Maybe you're right. In that case, I'll brew some coffee. I'll make one for you too.
There are some pretty tough cookies lurking around in here, huh? Still, nothing to be scared of. If you're out on stormy seas and a giant wave is coming towards you, you only put yourself at risk of capsizing if you try to steer around it. But if you face it head on and take it on the bow, you can split that wave down the middle. I'm used to taking the helm when the storms come, so when we head into battle, feel free to put me up front.
Traveler from another world, you have the princess's permission to enjoy a brief moment of peace. But be ready, for once I have peered into this dark dominion and beheld the treachery within. I shall rain down thundering retribution upon this place. And when the curtain of doom falls, thou shalt give it thy full, undivided attention. Are you tired? I know a trick that works great. Imagine all the enemies you're facing as delicious ingredients. With all that tender, delicious-smelling food nearby, doesn't it just give you a big burst of energy? Huh? Hard to imagine. Maybe it's just me then.
You want me on your team?
By royal decree. I'm going in.
Off we go!
Into the wind. Fallen leaves. Adorn my night. Here you are. Scatter.
Oz, reveal thyself.
Everybody stand back! Let's light it up!
Defract! As you wish, main Fräulein.
I summon thee!
The wind knows me.
As one with wind and cloud!
By royal decree!
Flicker.
Well,
Scatter. Quite a few books. Storybooks, mostly. A rare sight in the House of Dana. They claim it would distract the students from their studies. But if the fate of a student's studies depends on externally imposed restrictions, whether to storybooks or otherwise, they won't make it far in academia.
Huh? This is supposed to be out of print! I've been looking for this for ages! I can't believe it! I wonder what else there is around here that I've been missing. I mean, the scrolls of destiny that anchor this realm in time and space make for a rather interesting read. Oz, lend me thy beak and lift the veil of darkness. By the power of my Ode de Verurteilung, the tears and suffering described herein shall be etched in my memory, and so shall I bestow upon them my blessing.
there are many reasons why a samurai might draw their blade, but the principle is always the same. To do what they know in their heart is right. Though we walk a perilous path where powerful foes face us at every turn, and though I cannot sense what lies at its end, I tread onwards with no fear in my heart. My mind is at ease, for I tread this path in your company.
I've always wanted to go off on a big, long adventure and grow old along the way, just like my dad's. I know there's a lot of bad luck waiting for me out there, and if I'm not careful, I might not have the chance to grow old at all. But my mind's made up. I have to do it, because adventuring is my favorite thing!
Barbados, guide us.
Eat this! God's over!
Behold!
Cry louder!
Fury!
amusing. Behold!
Nice and spicy. You're toast!
Squall Fury!
Barbados, guide us.
Hey-ya! Higher, higher, hands on fire!
Unsightly insects! The wind rises. That's far enough. Upon the gale.
Booba, get them!
Wind, hear me.
Out of the frying pan, into the fire!
Squall and Fury!
Nice and spicy!
The wind rises. Bow your head!
Cross over!
Squall and Fury!
I swear by my sword.
Only a handful of my more experimental dishes have made it onto the Wanmin restaurant menu. In most cases, it's because I think the texture isn't quite right, or the flavor needs a lot more work. But that doesn't mean I'm about to give up. I know there are tasty dishes out there waiting to be discovered, and I'll find them sooner or later.
No, I don't want to chat. What are you making that face for?
I am considering whether to fetch my outstanding paperwork, so overkill? In that case,
The look on your face tells me you're ready to head deeper into the domain. Next stop, the belly of the beast, huh? Never fear, for Director Hu Tao is here, ready to face whatever comes at us, from the ordinary to the abnormal to the paranormal. So, without further ado, shall we? Let's not keep the monsters waiting.